The woodpecker was calmly looking for larvae in the bark when a huge snake attacked him from a hollow. Only the reptile's head is like half the bird. But the snake messed with the wrong one. The woodpecker was not only not afraid, but also began to peck at the enemy with his beak. And now we will show you other cases when birds demonstrated unexpected fighting qualities and courage. Many birds build nests in trees, but there are species that settle on the ground. If you think that this is stupid and the birds are defenseless there, then now you will understand your mistake. These birds can explain to anyone that they keep this area right here, and they do not need uninvited guests. Small, not the strongest, and not armed with some impressive claws of birds are plovers. They are one of the most aggressive birds when it comes to protecting their nests. They can afford to build nests on the ground simply because they protect the laying from anyone. Did the heron not realize that she got too close to the eggs? No problem. A few painful blows, and the larger bird flies away in shock. Was some sort of lizard too close and able to threaten the nest? Well, now she will regret it that she was born at all. A snake or a daytime bird of prey like a falcon, everyone will receive their portion of blows. They don't know who they're messing with when they get too close to the plover's nest. The secret of the plover's success is teamwork. Both parents swoop in on any alien from different sides, stun with pressure, and peck again and again until the nest is safe. They are not capable of causing serious damage to a large enemy, but since the birds attack even before their nest is found, the victim of the attack simply does not understand what is happening and runs away as soon as possible, just so that these scumbags stop attacking. For the sake of protecting the eggs, plovers can attack an animal 10 times larger than themselves. It is known that crows are the smartest birds, but this individual clearly uses its intelligence for more selfish purposes than its fellow birds. When the lens caught a unique case of a crow using a huge eagle as a taxi, it was difficult for many people to believe in such impudence of a black feathered one, but it turned out to be true. The daytime predator is also in shock. He did not expect that he would be giving a ride to a bird that, under other circumstances, could have become his prey. But whether the crow is doing this well with communication, or the eagle is in a hurry somewhere and doesn't want to waste time on disassembly with a more maneuverable and cheeky feathered friend, the result is known. For quite a long time, the crow really flew astride the eagle. However, perhaps the eagle just does not want to get involved with this feathered friend. After all, the crows know a lot about mutual assistance. Who knows how many friends this cheeky little bird has? Even a huge eagle will not allow himself to get involved with a whole flock of crows. He could be stronger than his opponent several times more, but against one enemy, the enemy can put up a dozen. In such an aerial battle, the eagle cannot resist. Constant attacks from different sides will weaken it and force it to retreat. And this is at best. For the sake of protecting their own kind, many crows simply just despise danger. I agree. Such courage is worthy of your like, isn't it? And crows are also very good at assessing the strength of the enemy and know when courage can be more effective than physical strength. Just look at this frightening scene right here. The raven simply suppresses the owl and intimidates the nocturnal predator. The owl just didn't know that this roof already belongs to some sort of black gangster, but apparently they will clearly explain to her what's what. The crow is slowly advancing and seems to be deliberately playing on the emotions of the frightened owl. It's croaking, spreading its wings, moving slowly and deliberately straightforwardly to make the maximum impression on its enemy. At the same time, the smart black bird avoids a real fight. It's strong enough to defeat the owl, but can get accidentally wounded by the sharp claws of its opponent. So instead of violence, the crow uses intimidation. And something tells me that the owl will never come back to this ledge ever again. The slender-legged and elegant heron is often underestimated. It walks impressively along the shore of the reservoir, does not make any sudden movements, looks harmless, but this is all a front. In front of you is a formidable predator. Its neighbors obviously regretted contacting him. The heron attacks with lightning speed and grabs someone else's chicken before its parents have time to do anything about it. Honestly, it seems that their beak is suitable only for catching small fish, but this rabbit thought the same thing and made a fatal mistake when it got too close to the heron. The bird struck a crushing blow right in the throat of the big-eared animal. The heron's beak worked like a sword, and the small fluffy paws did not touch this hunter at all. The toucan is one of the most famous tropical birds. Thanks to their unusual appearance and to the combination of noble black plumage with the bright color of a huge beak, they have gained a reputation as cute little birds that symbolize the diversity of the animal world in the jungle. But wildlife lovers did not know who they were messing with. When the way of life of toucans began to be studied, people were shocked just by how brutal the hunter turned out to be. The toucan uses its large beak, which is only slightly inferior in length to the entire body of the bird, as a crushing weapon. At the same time, a sword, a hammer, and pincers. And this parrot underestimates the toucan, apparently watching a tropical relative of the woodpecker eat some sort of fruit. The parrot let him get too close, and he paid for it. One powerful blow, and another feathered symbol of the tropics becomes a victim of the toucan. And these birds actually ruin other people's nests and attack their chicks. Moreover, the toucan is not limited to other feathered ones. They really eat plant food, but they also like meat, and they will never refuse to attack other mammals. This bat became a snack for the aggressive toucan, which dealt with the victim with a few neat blows with the sharp tip of its beak. Cats are dangerous predators for birds that catch urban birds even on the fly. But this cat didn't know who she was messing with when she decided to sneak up on the owl. The feathered predator did not retreat. Instead, the owl instantly spread its wings and made its feathers on its head, back and tail stand on end. The cat is in shock. The bird that she could try to overcome has suddenly increased 3 times. This tactic is a typical defense technique of owls and some other birds. Maybe it looks more funny than threatening to the human eye, but it worked on the cat. It had to abandon its aggressive intentions. Once the snake noticed the 2 birds, it prepared to attack. After all, these are not eagles. What are they capable of? But it turned out that this kind of cuckoo is not the kind of birds that should be messed with. They do not care about reptile venom at all. They didn't even give it a chance to use their weapons when they cleverly attacked the enemy from different sides. One bird grabbed by the tail, the other by the head, and in such a way as to avoid the risk of being bitten. That's it. 2 birds dealt with a poisonous snake in less than a minute. There are 2 things that you can always look at: the way the fire burns, the way the water flows, and how the crane chases 2 tigers around an enclosure as if they were naughty little kittens. Just look at how the attempts of these striped cats ended up remembering their hunting instincts. The crane immediately showed that they had contacted the wrong opponent. It didn't hesitate for a second and instantly launched a counterattack at the first signs of unhealthy curiosity on the part of carnivorous beasts. Just look at how the crane uses all its advantages in a fight with tigers. Each predator is about 25 times larger than the bird. But the crane spreads its huge wings, aggressively advances, and threatens with its long, sharp beak. It's as if a German shepherd could beat 2 hippopotamuses. The complete advantage in physical strength and the strengths of the opponent for the crane is nothing. It chases the adult predatory cats, the biggest panthers in the world, and they just run away from him in a panic. It's almost as if the bird is just having fun and mocking the confused and humiliated large predators. While they can be understood, a well-aimed blow to the head could deprive a tiger of its eye, but all the same, the forces of these opponents are incomparable. With one blow of the paw, the tiger could sweep away the feathered aggressor and immediately have a snack after that. But no, the strength of character in this fight is clearly unequivocally on the side of the bird. which pursues its opponents until it gets bored and shows with all its appearance that now it is its aviary. Theoretically, wild animals should be afraid of machinery and machines. Huge pieces of metal that look strange, make unnatural, frightening noises, and move very fast. But practice is at odds with theory. This representative of the crow's family is a clear hater of drones and other noisy equipment. And he expresses his attitude towards them radically. The bird swoops down on the drone and starts digging into its iron and plastic insides right in the air. The goal is clear. The feathered vandal just wants to shoot down the aircraft, and we can understand him. The drone makes an annoying noise, interferes with its hunting, and simply infuriates the bird. So cases of bird attacks on drones are becoming more and more frequent every year. The reason is simple. The first shock from the appearance of these buzzing pieces of garbage in the sky has passed. The birds have actually gotten used to the fact that drones do not pose a serious threat. Therefore, they're trying to get rid of the unpleasant neighborhood. And the pilot of this drone clearly did not understand what was bothering someone, but it was too late. After a sudden fall from such a huge height, only a pile of debris remained from this car. Well, here it will not be possible to file a lawsuit for damage to someone else's property, because the bird does not care about it. The only positive thing is the opportunity to see the bird attack from the point of view of the victim of aggression, but without the risk of injury. Don't you agree? These recordings look impressive, but you are glad that these birds aren't attacking people, but only lifeless equipment. To be honest, we are even grateful to this bird. It showed us that people should think about not polluting the sky with their toys. And how do you feel about this situation? Maybe you support the bird and, on occasion, would help her and shoot down the drone with a well-aimed stone throw? Or vice versa? Are you a pilot and do you like to do aerial photography? Answer in the comments. We're interested to know your opinion.